friends and neighbors, brothers and sisters. It's Roseville MTV Dad here with my trusted wingman.
My bike and I.
And we're just goofing around on a Sunday morning here. The GoPro is in the shop. It's getting replaced, so I'm without for a short time. So I'm getting out the old school video camera here, and we thought we'd try to entertain some folks and put some content up by doing a product review. Because there's no better way to grow your empire and impress than to review products. Probably a lot of mountain biking products, but not necessarily those. I may even do some cooking for you too at some point in the future. You never know what you're going to get on this channel, so you better stay tuned. Anyway, today we thought for our inaugural product review we would take a crack at this. So hydration packs are obviously a really important part of riding. Thank you, Vanna. And so what we're going to do today is talk about the packs that we run when we ride, and that is the Gregory Endo 15. And Gregory's a great brand. Those of you who backpack or spend any time in the outdoors are surely familiar with them. They make great stuff, and so when I needed a hydro, I looked to Gregory. So I thought what we do today is just take a little bit of time, go through the product. I can show you all its features and benefits, one or two cautionary things to be aware of, but by and large, it's a really solid piece of gear. And I hope you like it as much as I do. All right, thanks. Okay, so we're going to get into this product, and I'm just going to take you through it, show you all the features and benefits from the outside in, and you might be impressed at all the gear I can cram in this thing. We'll see. All right, so the Endo's really well made. It's good material, good workmanship, as you would expect from Gregory. I've got no complaints with that. Looking at the back here, it's got a really nice waist belt with a couple storage pouches on either side, which we'll get into a bit later. An important point with this is that it's adjustable. So I'm a pretty tall guy, so I keep it kind of maxed out at its full length. But for shorter folks like this one, you can just undo the Velcro and slide that up and make the belt shorter. Okay? So it's got a fair amount of adjustability. They do only offer this product in one size. A lot of Gregory packs come in different sizes. These don't. So just something to be aware of. It's got a really nice suspension, very breathable for sweat and coolness in the back, as well as the straps. You can see they're vented. So they're comfortable, but they're very cool. Okay? Kind of cool feature here on the left strap. It has a sunglass stowage, so you just hook your shades through here and then pull this out and kind of secure it, and that keeps your shades close at hand when they're not on your face. Okay. The bite valve is magnetic, so that clips there magnetically, and then also here stows in place so it stays put. Now you'll probably notice this monstrosity that I've MacGyvered on mine, and I'll explain why I did that in a little bit. So just stay tuned. Okay. All right. From the outside in, the first thing you have here is you've got a really nice stretchy sort of outside stowage. This is good for a pair of pads, maybe a flannel, just an extra layer, something you want to carry with you and have quick access to on the ride. Really nice. It has a top pouch here. It's kind of small. This is where you might put your keys, you might keep a light, just things that you want to have close at hand that are really easy to access. It's got a nice little zipper pouch on the top. Okay. Now, the hip belt has two pouches, one on either side, okay? One of them is kind of stretchy, the other one is not. So on this one, I pretty much carry, it's perfect for like just an energy bar. So if I need a little quick energy on the trail, I've always got a bar on hand. Over here on this side, this pouch is a little sturdier. What I carry in here is I carry like my multi-tools, okay? So I have just a little cheapy multi-tool. And then I have the Crank Brothers. Most of you are probably familiar with that. I won't do a review on it, but that's where I carry it because I want my multi-tools close at hand for emergencies, so I carry them in my waist pouch. And that's where they go. Okay, so it's got two buckles here, which you can release, like so. And that gets you start getting into the inner sanctum of the pack. So we have a front pouch, and it's surprisingly capacious, this thing. One thing I always carry is a rain shell, okay? So you never know if you've ever been caught in the rain, you know that's no fun. So whatever the time of year, we always carry rain shells with us, just something we do. Zip ties, because you never know, mountain bikes sometimes need zip ties, so I carry them. A spare chain cut to length for my mountain bike, my Heckler, my beloved Bumblebee. because I've broken a chain and it is no fun, so I carry a spare. That's always in there as well, okay? Up here, we have our toe peak, D2 Smart Gauge. Gotta have a pressure gauge all the time. This is a really good one. We like it, we use it a lot. Some repair tape. A Stan's dart for tire repairs. You guys know that. I'm not reviewing that today, I'm reviewing the pack. Last but not least on this side, don't laugh, an emergency whistle. Might come in handy someday, you never know. Over here, we've got our sunscreen, matches, a simple knife, because sometimes you need to cut stuff, even an emergency blanket. Another neat little pouch here, this is called a crash pad. So this is a padded pouch. This might be where you put your phone or something valuable that you don't want to get damaged in case you eat it. Okay, what I have in here is I have a signal mirror and I have spare batteries for something which I'll show you in a little bit. How we doing?
Awesome.
Nice. That's the crash pad. And that's the outer pocket. Pretty good, right? Get a lot of stuff in there, but you ain't seen nothing yet. This is the inner pouch. And this is where all the magic happens, okay? So in here is the bulk of what you're carrying for your ride. So I've recently added a full-size Leatherman to my kit. I have a cheap kind of Leatherman-like multi-tool, but it doesn't really get the job done, and so carry quality tools or don't carry any. That's kind of my philosophy. This is just a super light, super thin sort of outer layer just to take the wind off on a cold day, you know, something to have. I carry a towel, wipe off your stanchions, wipe up blood, wrap up a greasy broken chain, whatever it is you need to do. Sometimes just having a towel comes in real handy, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Spare tubes. Now we run tubeless, and I run push core on my e-mountain bike, but you never know, it's always better to be prepared. So I carry a Tubolito spare for my Heckler, and I carry a spare tube for my Trek Enduro bike, so I'm covered either way. You may choose not to do that, that's up to you, but we do it, okay? A really cool feature of the Endo 15 is the tool pouch. Goes right in there, it's got its own pocket. So in here, you've got a really nice pouch. There's plenty of room for tire levers, patch kits, valve core removal tool, CO2, just whatever you need to carry around. It comes in a nice handy kit for you there, and it goes right into the front of the pouch. Tire pump, no brainer, right? This is the Pro Bike Tool brand. It's got that nice little foot. Maybe I'll do a review on that some other time. But the Endo 15 has really nice pouches on either side that are built specifically for things like pumps. So on one side I have my tire pump, and on the other side I have my Cane Creek digital shock pump. So I carry both of these with me on rides. I don't use them a ton, but again, I believe in preparation, and fortune favors the prepared. So that's me, I'm that guy. There's very few things that you would ever need on a ride that I don't carry with me. Okay, getting towards the end here. So I've got two of these, and yeah, go ahead and laugh all you want, because they're geeky, and no sane person would probably ever buy them, but they're rad. So these are called Vessel. They're made by a Canadian company. I'm not going to comment on the prices they charge. You can make up your mind for yourself on that, but basically, this is a first aid kit. So if you ever get lost in the woods, there's a compass on top, there's a carabiner to secure it to whatever you need to secure it to. It's got a really nice light, which can even flash the SOS signal. Okay, that's how cutting edge this thing is. And there it's off. And then basically you unscrew it, and all my little first aid stuff is inside. That's pretty cool. That's my first aid kit. This here is a flask. Because sometimes when you're on the trail, you just gotta drink, you know. A man's gotta drink sometimes. Bottle opener. Two shot glasses. And a flask here full of premium spirits. In this case, a very nice single vintage Armagnac from like 1972. bizarre. Okay. How are we doing so far, son?
Amazing.
Awesome. Okay. Last thing I'll show you is the hydro itself. It's really nice, and I have one here that I'll demo for you in a second, but I just want to kind of show you how this all fits together here. There's a hook. It's very sturdy. It mounts. The tube comes out the top and goes around the side, and there it is. Okay? So now I'm going to get to the one thing about the product that you need to be aware of that I'm really not wild about. Other people have made similar observations in other reviews, but it is the length of the hydration tube that they supply with their bladder. It's really short, okay? So I'm a tall guy, and I was forced to do some MacGyver surgery on this thing. Basically took the bite valve off, put an extension here, put like 6 inches or so of spare hydro tube that I had laying around, because who doesn't, and just extended mine a little bit. Not a ton, but enough so that when I'm riding, this can kind of fit like this and isn't like stretched that way, which is how it was before I altered it. Okay, so this is what the hydro looks like. It's really nice, it's very sturdy. It's got a baffle in the center here, so it's kind of 3D. They call it a 3D hydro. And they say, you know, it feels like a bladder, but it dries like a water bottle. Yeah, why not? It's also got a really nice little thing here, this little hook. So when you're drying it, you know, you can just hang it on a hook or something and have it drain upside down. It's kind of a nice thing to do. Now, this is his, and it works fine for him because he's not quite as tall as me, so when he wears this across his chest, it works just fine, okay? But for taller guys, bigger guys, you know, broad of chest, etc., you're going to find this hydro hose a little bit too short, and it's a big oversight on Gregory's part. I don't know why they did it that way, but that's something they really ought to consider changing, in my humble opinion. Okay? Very nice, very comfortable, sits close to the body. Don't get carried away. And there you have it, okay? So that is the Gregory Endo 15. That's all the stuff I carry on my rides. Any suggestions there as well, please mention them. So what do you guys think? By and large, it's a really useful, really roomy, really comfortable, high quality hydration pack. We pretty much wear them on every trail ride we do, and they haven't let us down yet. So with that, any deep thoughts, my son?
Stay radical.
Good advice. So, thanks for joining us for our inaugural product video. I'm Roseville MTV Dad.
And this is my bike night.
And behind the camera is my beautiful daughter, Buggy. So thank you, Buggy, for your camera work today. And we'll have to figure out what our next product review is. If anybody has any thoughts or ideas, please share them in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe we'll do a review of our 1UP USA equipped double bike rack, because it's rad as well, and I know bike racks are a big hot topic for product reviews. So what do you think? Maybe we do that?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, stay rad, as the young man said, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.